Yo, what's going on everyone? Guiding Light here, and in this one, I want to show you guys how it is you can unlock the umbrella as a weapon here in Where Winds Meet. So if you go into the Develop tab and you go to your weapons, you'll see here that there's the Vernal Umbrella, which will be locked off the start of the game. Now, if you click on this item, you can actually begin to obtain it, but you will want to go to the basic martial arts quest line. So as you can see here, when you click on it, it will show you the quest location. Now, you may not have these areas completely unlocked yet. They may be blacked out on your map, but you can still travel over there. You have the area unlocked. It's just the exploration is locked until you speak to the Wayfarer or make more storyline progress. But you can head over here when you want to go ahead and unlock these weapons, but keep in mind your level will determine the difficulty of some of these areas. So you will head over to the temporal pavilion, and if you go to your inventory and just simply click on the umbrella, it will bring open the map to show you where it is. So as you can see, here we are on the map. It's not very descriptive, unfortunately, because like I said, I have not actually unlocked the exploration in this area yet, but you can still come here to grab the weapon. Now, once you come here, it will tell you to visit the Velvet Shade and partake in the heroic assembly. Now, as you guys try to get up here, you may have come up through the top or you may have gone through the bottom. It will tell you that you've crashed a high official banquet and that you are not basically allowed inside. So very quickly, I'll walk you guys through how it is that you can actually go ahead and get inside and then unlock the umbrella. So when coming upstairs, you'll notice that there is somebody guarding the door and you'll have to speak to them, or you can try and walk inside, but it will simply reset you every time that you try to do this. Now, there's actually very little hints on how to actually complete this, but as you can see, this is definitely the quest for the umbrella. Once you click on it, this is where it tells you guys to go. And when you talk to them, they'll ask you how many people are in your party, but you really won't have much information about it because you're not really supposed to be here. Now, I'll show you guys how you can complete this. It's actually quite a long process and can be a little bit confusing, so I'll walk you through every step of the way. Now, if you come outside, there's going to be this courtyard in the town. Unfortunately, I can't really bring open my map because again, I don't have the exploration unlocked. But if you come over here to the river bend, it's right next to the house. You should see this character here overlooking the river. Go ahead and speak to them. And although it really won't tell you much about it, if you go through the conversation, it will actually show you how you can get inside. So very quickly talk to them. You'll find out that this person knows how to get up to the third floor. And you will actually start up a separate quest called to go into the banquet. So as you can see here, it should update and say go to banquet now after speaking with them. Now here in your quest tab, you can go over to the Vernal Umbrella quest and it should say here to go to the banquet now. And again, it's just going to be in the exact same location. Now, in order to get into the banquet, it is a bit of a long process, but I'll explain exactly how to do it. It also will tell you to visit the Velvet Shade to partake in the heroic assembly. That is still the old quest that we were working on. So after picking up this quest, I don't know if you have to, but I went and spoke to the person at the front desk to see if anything had been updated. I then went upstairs after starting this quest to go to banquet, and you can now actually speak with them and they'll give you guys a few more hints. Now, for this part, I just remained silent. They're going to ask you guys for an invitation and things like that. You just remain silent and you will be moved on to the next portion of the quest. Now, at this point, a small puzzle will pop up with a bunch of different text dialogue. Essentially, you're going to have to use what the person says in order to decipher these different clues. So to start, you'll only actually have one clue, but you can go and get the rest of them unlocked as well. Now, at this point, it will tell you to find a way to the third floor, and you should have one of the 6 clues after speaking to them. Now, after heading downstairs, you'll get the second right there if you look at that guy that's peeking through the windows. And then if you press the touchpad, you can actually bring open the quest panel to view the clues. Now, you'll see which ones you have and which ones you don't. And if you click on them, it'll show you guys a clue on where to find the clue. But very quickly, I'll show you guys how to get the rest of the 5 that we need. So for clue number 3, head outside and jump up on top of this balcony. At this point, you should see an icon to eavesdrop. You may have to walk all the way around to the other side, but eventually it will pop up, and this should be the 3rd out of 6 clue. So the first clue comes from talking to the person at the top of the stairs. The second clue comes from walking down the stairs and just simply looking at the guy that's trying to peek in through the gate, which you may have missed. Now for the 3rd clue, head outside and just jump upstairs and eavesdrop here for the 3rd. Now, it took me a while to find, but again, if you head outside of the pavilion building, just inside of the courtyard, you're going to be able to get the 4th clue. So you're going to be looking for a cat, which will be on the west side of the building, closer to the river. So you'll see this person standing here by the tree, and you should see the tabby cat as well. Go ahead and interact with the tabby cat, and this should get you the next clue. Now we need to get clues 5 and 6. The 5th clue is going to be overheard during a chess game, which again will be found outside in the courtyard, but you'll have to be standing in a special spot to actually eavesdrop on them. So you'll come outside. This is actually in the back of the pavilion. You should see these two playing chess inside here, but you'll have to work your way over to the side here so that you can eavesdrop and get the 5th out of the 6th clue. Now, in order to get the 6th clue, you want to actually head back inside of the pavilion. So we'll just head right back inside. And if you read the description of this clue, it will tell you guys that there's these people inside of a hidden room on the 1st floor. Now, this is the staircase to get up to the 3rd floor. So on the left side of the building, you should see a room here. And you will just simply want to go ahead and eavesdrop or talk to them as well to get the final clue. So there'll be this first room here in the front of the house, and then you'll want to go and look at the room in the back of the house, and that should get you guys the 6th clue. Now that you have all 6 of the clues, you actually have to go and decipher them all, which is very, very easy to do, but you'll have to go into your menu and actually pair all of the clues together. Now, I'm not going to lie, I completely did this at random because at this point I just didn't have the patience to go here and read through all of them. So I just simply started clicking randomly until they paired up. So very quickly after having all 6 clues, I tried to very quickly just go right into the 3rd floor. Unfortunately, this won't work. You'll have to open up the quest and it will tell you to start the deduction. So if you press the touchpad and then right on the D-pad, it should bring open the quest tab. And then in the bottom right corner, depending on what platform you're on, it will tell you to start the deduction. And like I said, guys, I just randomly started clicking at these. So it doesn't really have anything bad happen to you if you fail. So you can basically just spam your way through this, or you can watch to see the exact ones that I linked up, but there's only so many options, meaning that it's almost impossible to fail. So get through all 6 of these clues, and then I'll show you guys how to get to the next quest step. So I apologize if this video has been a little bit long, but I'm not trying to waste too much time. It's just there's so many different steps. Now, after you do this, it will tell you guys to trace the source of the sound, and you will be teleported into the stairwell. Now, at this point, you'll have to speak to this character in the back of the staircase by jumping over, and you can loot this chest as well. It will also tell you now to steal the warehouse key using the Celestial Seas ability. If you guys don't have this equipped, go into your inventory. And for some reason, I don't know why I was using the completely wrong ability, but go into develop mystic skills, and you'll at the top you'll see magic. Go ahead and hit Celestial Seas, activate the spell, and you'll be able to basically go ahead and pickpocket this warehouse key. Now it will tell you to open up the warehouse gate, which will be found in the stairwell right here. So you can go ahead and just open this up. At this point, it will tell you guys to search for keepsake. And it will be a bit of a long journey inside. You can just come in here. I was looking to see if there was any other secrets, but there simply just weren't. Go ahead and pick up this keepsake here in the corner. And it will tell you guys finally to enter the 3rd floor. So you're going to need this keepsake basically as like an entry token to get into this meeting on the 3rd floor. So now that we have this, we can go back up the 3rd floor. When you speak to them, you'll gain entry so long as you hand them the hairpin or the keepsake. And then at that point, you can now go into this private meeting. So now that we're inside, we're actually going to basically be doing 2 quests at the same time, because now you have to use your skill theft to analyze the movement of the character. And this is how you're actually going to learn the ability to use the umbrella. So it was a little confusing at first, and you do have to be a little bit patient with it because there will be long periods of time where you don't have to press any buttons in order for this to work. So this will be a mini game that is played throughout the game. A lot of times it's how you're going to learn new skills, but basically you're observing the character that has the ability that you want. They're going to go and put the ability on display, and you just simply have to watch until a circle pops up yellow and you want to press X. Now, there will be some times where they try to fool you with a red circle or a white one, and you just want to make sure to only press it when it's yellow, because if you press it at any other time, it will actually take some of your progress away, and you only have about a minute or two to get to the full bar at the bottom. So after completing this minigame, you should now have the umbrella unlocked. I'll let the rest of it play out because I've done this a few times and this was honestly probably one of the more confusing ones, as you almost have to do a combo during the observation really to go ahead and get full progress. Now, once you do this, this is luckily the very last step of the quest. So after completing this, you should now have access to the umbrella. You should be able to upgrade it and you should be able to equip it as well without having any of the debuffs. So hopefully this helps. This is probably one of the most intricate quests so far. I'll definitely make more guides along the way. Hopefully that some of the quests aren't as crazy as this one though, and I will catch you guys in the next one.